I got involved in the union in 1980 at the clerical regulatory strike, so the infamous CR strike. And I was a single mom, a term, 2 small children, and I got a phone call and I was on the picket line.
Female clerical workers who were fed up with pay inequality led the largest contract strike in Canada's history. Robyn had been in her new job at the Winnipeg tax office only a few weeks when they hit the streets.
She knew the difference of, was it right to go to work or was it right to support the union in the picket line? Being a single mom, she certainly looked at the broader picture, not about, well, what is in this for me, okay? She, in fact, was looking at what's in it for my children.
The CR strike awakened Robyn's passion for the labor movement. She became increasingly involved with her Union of Taxation Employees local.
UT is not known for like suits, ties, and things like that. Robyn showed up nice and fresh at the President's Conference in her little suit. And of course, everybody was going, who's that? And the suit didn't last long.
She dedicated countless hours to her sisters and brothers of UTE, often practicing her grievance presentations in front of her children.
One of the things I told Robyn at the very beginning was, look around, look at the people. If you're going to be involved in this union and it's for the long haul, then you're going to have to eat, sleep, and drink union.
Robyn became treasurer of her local, then president, and eventually Prairie Regional Vice President for the Union of Taxation Employees. She quickly became known as a force to be reckoned with during strikes.
She's a bit of an instigator, but certainly she never met a picket line she didn't like.
There's 2 things Robyn loves, the prairies and picket lines.
She led a group of activists notoriously known as the Flying Squadron, who would travel from picket line to picket line in solidarity with other unions.
We had one instance in a Treasury Board strike. Along came this truck deciding that it was going to go through the picket line. And it was a really, really big truck. And Robyn is not necessarily the tallest person I know. Well, I tell you, she put her hands on her hips, she stood in front of that truck, and there was no way she was moving. Robyn stood her ground, and I tell you, it was a sight to be seen because it showed the members that the leadership were willing to do what we asked the members to do.
Her tireless dedication to workers in the prairies did not go unnoticed. In 2000, Robyn was elected PSAC Regional Executive Vice President for the Prairie region.
One thing about Robyn is she is so proud of being from the prairies. And you know, a lot of those principles that we dealt with on the farm, they translate to union principles. You believe in something, you work hard, other people are counting on you. You know, to see those prairie principles on a national level, well, it makes all of us prairie folks really proud.
Robyn served on PSAC's Equal Opportunities Committee from 1993 to 2000. There, she worked on important women's issues that are dear to her heart, such as pay equity, parental leave, and childcare.
She's not afraid to call herself a feminist. She's not afraid to fight for these issues. She fought for maternity leave, continued to fight for maternity leave, and still to this day continues to fight for childcare for all workers.
After years of successful leadership in the prairies, Robyn was elected as PSAC National President in May 2012.
I'm running for president of the PSAC because I believe I can make a difference. I can make a difference because I know this union and its diverse structures, and I respect the members we serve.
Right from the start, Robyn made it clear that PSAC would stand firm and defend the rights of members and all workers. Stephen Harper's Conservatives were slashing public services and using their majority in Parliament to roll back the rights of workers and citizens. Robyn drew the line. She united the membership and launched one of the strongest and most successful fightbacks ever.
I have to say, these bastards across the street, let's call them what they are. This is what's happening to our country. So in the last 2 years, this government has cut 20,000 positions government. 20,000 good jobs gone. And when these jobs are gone, sisters and brothers, so are the services that go with them.
Robyn believed in building union strength from the ground up. In 2013, Robyn called on every local to organize face-to-face conversations with members and ask them to pledge their support for PSAC. Over the course of a few months, 36,000 members had signed cards.
Je l'ai connue quand elle était au Manitoba et même au niveau national. C'est une femme engagée, c'est une femme enthousiaste, c'est une femme déterminée, pour ne pas dire têtue, mais très déterminée et très près des membres. Elle aimait les membres et les membres l'aimaient. Elle avait une facilité de communiquer avec eux.
Whether it was protecting sick leave, defending pensions, or pushing back against government cuts, Robyn took the fight to newspapers and TV screens across the country.
This government has a habit of misleading Canadians. They've done so on the sick leave, and we've been very clear about it all year long, since Mr. Clement came out and said during Public Service Week last year that we were abusing sick leave. We said it was impossible, that we were not, and now we have an actual report that proves it, that he was misleading Canadians. And he's now going to mislead Canadians about the retirees' benefits.
Okay. Robyn was relentless. She demanded that workers be respected and their hard-won gains protected. No concessions meant no concessions.
Whether they liked it or not, she let them know exactly what her position was, whether it was a bargaining demand issue, whether it was a Phoenix issue. She certainly had no qualms about letting the employer and letting senior management know, and including ministers, where she stood on those issues. And she always made the fight for what was best for the membership.
By 2014, Tony Clement and the Conservative government were intent on slashing public service sick leave. Robyn never backed down.
Let them know that we are not going to make excuses for something that's in our collective agreement. It's been there for 40 years and it'll be there another 40 years. This isn't a race to the bottom, sisters and brothers. And when I went on an anti-union radio show on Saturday, I said to them, because he said, oh, my friends don't have sick leave. Well, they bloody well should have sick leave.
The biggest test of strength came with the 2015 federal election. PSAC launched the Vote to Stop the Cuts campaign to get Stephen Harper out of office. The Conservatives were defeated. The winning Liberals pledged to respect public service workers, negotiate a fair deal, and restore union rights.
There's been many victories actually under Robyn's presidency. Two that stand out certainly. Number one is the defeat of the Harper Conservatives in 2015. And then the success of the We Are All Affected campaign. It's a campaign that we started shortly after Robyn and I got elected. And it's something that resonates still today.
You know, the last 10 years of the Conservative has not been easy for any one of us, but equally so for PSAC members, and she stood her ground. She did not concede anything to the Conservative and fought them tooth and nail, and I think we're all better today as a result of their defeat. But equally so, you know, reminding the new government that they had to address the concerns of PSAC member and the important work of public service in this country.
In 2016, a new battle began with the launch of the federal Phoenix pay system. Robyn led the fight to quickly secure important relief measures like emergency pay for members and mobilized members across the country.
It's been a debacle for 2 years. It's the second anniversary of Phoenix, and quite frankly, what we need to do is tell the government that while they did put some measures into the budget yesterday, they didn't put enough.
Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them!
I always thought that she was pretty gruff and rough at the same time, but there was this underlay of Robyn that had that huge heart and passion and compassion at the same time, both for the members but also for the union and the work she was doing. And over the years we became natural friends with each other. I always enjoy her toughness, but at the same time enjoy her advice and commitment to the work we've all been doing together to build this great movement of ours.
La plus grande qualité de Robyn, c'est vraiment son engagement. Tout le long de sa carrière, elle a pris beaucoup de temps pour les membres, elle aimait les membres et les heures qu'elle a données au syndicat, je trouve que pour elle, c'était sa plus grande qualité. D'ailleurs, c'est la qualité d'un leader et c'est le besoin d'un leader.
We will be forever grateful for all she has given to make our movement a better movement, and she certainly will leave her mark. I will miss her as a friend, a dear friend. They had a leader who gave her all for them. And it was always about the members, and every time I saw her and was working with her, it was always about the members.
She has been a femtor to many sisters in PSAC and in other unions, and for that, you know, I have to say thank you.
Bonne chance, Robyn. Pense à toi maintenant. Pense à ta famille, tes enfants, tes amis, et profite-en.
I consider Robyn a very good friend. And now I'm going to cry. I wish her the best in her retirement.
It's been a pleasure, Robyn, to serve as Vice President for your 6 years as presidency. You've certainly made me a better leader.
Congratulations, my dear, and all the best in health, wealth, and enjoyment.